dream comes hard work, and chasing that dream is worth every feeling's hurt. So if I somehow offended you, man, fuck it, cause it's game time and I'm out here trying to score a bucket. A man can only hold another man down for so long. That man's words can only be so strong. We progress. This is
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Are you clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling ivory today? Let's talk. Go to the pinned comment. You need it. It's there. If you don't need it, it's still there. If you know somebody that needs it, share it with them. Because we all go through it. I promise you, I've gone through it. All right, let's talk about this. I don't know how to really get this message across. So the message may not come and the delivery may not come perfectly. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give you some facts behind it. We're going to talk about this new thing that management has come up with. It's called the auto pivot. I'm going to give you some information on why it's illegal. I'm actually going to break down the proper grievance procedure for you and how to move forward with the grievance procedure. And unfortunately, I'm going to talk about why the supervisors got it wrong, why we have the runners that get it wrong, we have the milkers that get it wrong, and why we have the unions that get it wrong. All of that is going to be in this one video. So follow me. I might drop a couple curse words in here. It kind of keeps you watching. So let's start with the first curse word. Gosh darn it. There's a scam. It's management's new trick. It's called the auto pivot, where they declare basically your route should take X amount of hours without even asking you. No mail count, no inspection, just bullshit. What is that? The DOIS, the DOIS or DI, you know, the numbers and the threats that go with it. We gon' burn this illegal practice down to the roots. Again, I deal with the carrier every day. She sits right next to me and she gets a bunch of calls from her homegirl saying, you know, in this stuff that's going on. I don't know if that's how they sound, but I'm just going into it. You know, these motherfuckers, they gonna tell me how long my route takes and they telling me that I got this much amount of mail. Now, carriers, understand, I've never carried mail. So just follow me. This amount of mail, but they gonna tell me that it's X amount of mail. But I know because I've done the route for 15 years, they're saying that this is not the counts, whatever it is. But they want them to come back in a certain amount of time. But it's illegal. Auto pivots, that new term, is wage theft, damn near, and it's a contract violation. All right. So we're going to go into where the contract violation comes in. Number one, for the supervisors that like to watch me and scrutinize me and they hate me, don't be leaving your real names on here because I look you up. It is what it is. You want to sit there and jump on me, that's cool. We talk about it. But in the M39, which is the supervisor's handbook, which I have a copy. Why? Because I've been there, done that. It says that the supervisors must consult with carriers before adjusting your schedules. The auto pivot magic word specifically ignores that completely. That's violation number one. The M41, which is the carrier's handbook, section 131.2, it says you can actually report time worked, not their fantasy math that they figure you out with, forcing you into undertime. That's violation number two. If you know, hey, look, I know what this mail is going to take me to, you know, how much it is how long it's going to take me. You can't tell me what I'm seeing and what I know I'm going to encounter when I get on the road, how long it's going to take, because stuff happens. But they do that anyway. Second violation. Then you have the ELM, which is the Employee Labor Manual. in section 432-32, undertime must be justified by proof. So where is the mail count? Where's the inspection? That's violation number 3. In the NALC and the APWU contracts, Article 8, overtime and undertime. Forced undertime is illegal also. Your shop stewards need to be grieving that every single time. When they say, oh yeah, mail was light today, we expect you back in 5 hours instead of, no. Article 34, which is route inspections. No inspections, no carrier input, then the auto pivot is void. That's what it is. It's made up. And the reason that they made this up, because we're going to veer a little bit, is because of incentives for management. It's, at the end of the day, it's incentives for management. I don't care what they write in the comments. They have a certain amount of hours. They need to control the hours. They have a certain amount of overtime hours. They need to control those overtime hours. The less hours that they have, it shows that they're controlling their environment. I understand that. People go into V time, they have to explain things to people up. Why? So all these hours have to be explained. And so if they get under, obviously they get something for it. It is what it is. Article 14, my fortata, which is safety. Rushing equals accidents. Management's efficiency is endangerment at the end of the day. We need you efficient. I can be efficient and be safe, but I'm not gonna rush. Raining outside, slip and slide. It's just what it is. Come on now. That's 6 violations, and they do this every single day. Now, they come to you and they lie about the low volume. I don't know where they get these numbers from. Actually, I do. The morning, they get these morning reports and they say, oh, well, these stations have X amount. This is what's going on. They get data through the machines that process everything. The machines can be false sometimes. They'll get the data and they'll say, okay, I'm just making these numbers up. They got 14,000 pieces or 15 or 20,000 pieces. They'll let them know 20,000 pieces. But when they come to you, they're going to say, it's only 13,000. That's what they do. Watched it. They lie about their low volume. They threaten discipline. And then they take your hours. Who are they taking their hours from? Y'all need to fight back with your paper trails. You need to show that those fake DOIS numbers with that auto pivot, it's not a policy. It's fraudulent. That's what it is. And you need to report fraud, specifically fraud, to the OIG. There's posters everywhere in the plants. They should have them in your stations as well. And it specifically says report fraud to the OIG. You can do it on their website or you can call the number 1-888 USPS OIG. 1-888 USPS OIG. Now, for the people that milk the routes and for the runners, to the people that take those 2-hour lunches, you are why management fucks with everybody else. At the end of the day, I was talking to one of the managers that used to carry years ago. She said, yeah, we used to meet up at Red Lobster and eat every day. I'm like, well, shit. But that was back in the days. That was, 15, 20 years ago. That's what they did. And that culture kind of trickled forward. No, you can't do it. We used to get done. Then after we were done, we do X amount of some people would come together. They'd help each other. I understand that. That was the days they didn't walk around with the scanners that track people. And now you're being micromanaged. 2 years ago, I told y'all thought I was joking about people being micromanaged. And now y'all like, man, why are you trying to micromanage? I let y'all know beforehand. Y'all got to cut their ish out thinking that they don't watch. But for those that take those 2 hours, you are why management cuts other people's hours. You need to stop screwing your own coworkers. You making it bad for everyone else. Now, there's always one. I can always tell when I speak about the workers, there's always one or two in the comments that be like, well, Jay, no, you can't. Yes, I can. I speak about it. I call it out. I call bullshit when I see it. Y'all say, well, what makes you so knowledgeable about it? Because I speak to everybody in the country, and you speak to a couple people in your station. I drive to 70 different stations when I was a driver. I talk to hundreds of carriers, not just the couple that are at a station. My children are carriers, my sister's carriers. I talk to people. You got to stop thinking that you know everything. Expand your mind. Thank you. And now for the runners. You're not heroes. You are scabs that are helping management set impossible standards. I said it. You are a big problem as well. I understand there's the people that say, I can do it. I'm going to give back. People have lives to live. They need to go home. I love the fact that people want to get the job done, but you create unrealistic expectations for the next person, for the other people, just because you're Superman. And I had that issue as well. I used to do that. I drive trucks. I can fucking drive. I don't do nothing else in life. I can drive the shit out of a truck. I know how to maneuver. Me, I always said I thought I got paid too much to do this type of work. When they were paying me, I was like, man, it's too much work for this little bit of shit we got to deal with. I don't say that anymore. I appreciate what I get. But for what we do, I can run circles around people, but I was doing it wrong. Same thing comes to when you got those carriers that are the runners. You're doing it wrong. Because the moment they say, well, hey, Jay did this route in a certain amount of time, they're expecting everybody else to do it. I've set unrealistic expectations. I was part of the problem. And then we got the worthless union stewards. They're like, God damn that guy. Y'all say it's not worth fighting for. Why? Because it doesn't generate no money for you? Then resign. Just quit. Those stewards that do not want to file grievances, quit. Because Article 5 says represent us or we'll vote your ass out. Y'all need to call your local union halls and ask them, why are you letting management break our contract? And if they do not give you any reason, then you need to start voting them out. And if you need the perfect grievance, you need to use a template like so. Illegal auto pivot, M39 115-4. Wage theft, M41 131.2. Safety violations, Article 14. Use that as your template, your basis to figure out how to fight back. You need to demand for every hour that they basically took for you because they pushed you. Because that 8 hours that they pushed you to rush and get everything done, knowing that it takes 10 hours to do it because you had your route plus a pivot or piece or whatever y'all call it, and they want you back in 8 hours. No, I need all of that. Stop running through it. Then y'all need to post notices admitting the violations that they're doing. Because what they do is management posts these things about how much undertime they had, how much over. Yeah, people send me all them pictures, cousin. You need to demand discipline for the managers that abuse it as well. They have discipline. Oh, that shit bothers people. Managers don't want to hear the word discipline. Demand it. If a manager can use the word discipline towards the employees, there's people that are above them that can file and get discipline on them as well. You just have to do your due diligence. And this is not to target them. This is to bring everybody together. Send a copy whenever you have your grievances to the union hall, file with the supervisors, mail certified copies to the labor relations, to the OIG, last resort if everything else fails, because now you have a record. Look, I followed this step, I followed that step, I followed this step. Now you can file something with the OIG saying this is fraud. They're punching me off the clock even because they worried about their hours going over. The person punched me out knowing that I was still out there. Didn't take into account that it was a rainstorm. Didn't take into account that it was a snowstorm. But they told me that I was rushing while they got the geo tracker watching my every move. I was moving at a safe pace. Show me where I stayed still. They want everybody here tired, divided, and broken. But everybody needs to fight back, and you need to fight together. This is not just for the workers. This is for management as well. Because some of you don't realize they stay on those phone calls and they get talked to like trash from their superiors. It's a culture of toxicity. And I don't really wish negativity on anybody. But for the people that are way up, the seniors that sit up top, there are very few young people that are sitting up there. A lot of them are stuck in their ways and they're older and they feel like they have this upper, I don't even know how to describe it. But it's not even drill sergeant-ish. It's just real nasty. And when they start trickling down from the area managers and it finally gets to the MPOs and then the MPOs talking to their postmasters, it's disgusting. It really is. You know, I'm not saying I'm sympathetic towards the, upper management. I mean, the managers that we deal with directly, but nobody should be spoken to that way. And I've heard it because I've been on those telecoms where I'm boiling. I'm like, yo, you gonna let them talk like that? Yo, shut that down. Shut that down. Who does he think he is talking to you? You got more mental knowledge than these fools. They don't even know. And it bothers me because it's so common. And when I was there, I was talking to my boss and he was like, no, we just gotta kinda. And man, my current boss, he's the coolest in the world. I love those guys. But my old boss, he was cool too, but it just bothered me that they accept that. And then it trickles down because now it's festering inside of their managers, and then they take it out on their workers. We got to figure it out. We got to balance it out. There has to be a happy medium. But this new auto pivot bullshit, nah. Don't let them start drilling y'all with no foolishness, man, because it violates your contract. And if you know anything about anything, please, I've told y'all before, just pick up your contracts, your own manuals, and just look. The information is readily available for you. Y'all have to start doing due diligence and educating yourselves. And it's not about fucking throwing shit in management's face. Hey, man, fucking look at this shit. No, fight it with intelligence. Fight it with intelligence. Because the moment they realize that you are intelligent, they'll respect you. And then they'll leave you alone. And then maybe the culture will start to shift just a little bit. It might. But what we're going through right now ain't working. You see me? Again, this was not an easy message for me to deliver. So when people say, oh man, Jay, you on that shit. Look, I challenge anybody. Get in front of a camera and figure this out. This is a lot of information for me to try to grasp and then share and deliver it the right way and still keep people watching right to the end. It's not easy. Trust me. Not complaining, but I feel like sharing information, it's helpful because it's been too long. There's so many people that don't share the information when they have it. Your unions, your management, each other. So me doing this, not an easy task. All right, this is JH. And the last question to you guys is, are y'all ready to come together? Or are you gonna let the place burn down? You see me? This is JH and I'm out.